Alright, welcome back to Evenicle 2. I ain't going to hospice yet. Yeah, Sword extra attack and magic. Thank you! A cheerful great sword that also boosts your magic. Yeah! Awesome! Onwards? Nope. Anything else? And get some blind BB juice. And that's it. Might as well sell some stuff real quick. Church! I see you have come as promised. I'm exceedingly happy to see you, Dr. Alex. Yeah, well, you know. I was thinking about stopping for a quick prayer anyway. Masquerade's boobies look as supple and fabulous as ever. You can stop staring at her chest now. Fine, I'll stare at her legs. Hey, it's not my fault. It's a habit I picked up from my profession, I'm telling you. Sure. Okay, can we continue with the conversation from last time? I want to know why people barely know about art, even though he was awarded the title of Paragon. Charles couldn't wait. She was so curious. Hey, I'm finally going to learn how the church manipulates the annals of history. I'm so excited! To summarize, Art dedicated his life to caring the saints and had several children with his wives. I'm glad to hear that he had a happy family. On the other hand, the world began to hold a certain job in higher regard due to our inability to use healing spells. I see where this is going. Really? I'm not sure I follow. The only people who do benefit from the saints not being able to use their healing spells are us doctors. Indeed. Cycles were seen with little respect while we saints could still use our powers to heal the people. But once we stopped being able to do so, the need for their services suddenly boomed. Does that mean there weren't many doctors back then? The few who chose that profession were all researchers. They developed new medicines and studied diseases in remote locations with no churches. In a way, they were more like scientists than actual doctors. During the age of the Holy Night, most people called them alchemists. The doctors became popular because the Hero Syndrome organized into the medical guild and built hospices. From what I know, it was a rough start, without much time to prepare accordingly. And in the end, the medical guild never accepted Art, and never recognized the power of his medical. But why? It's an amazing skill that can even create new medicines. That's exactly the problem. It works so well it could have put the other psychos out on the streets. I believe they were also jealous of him marrying saint after saint, since they were all beautiful women. Remember that unlike the Sentinel Guild, the Medical Guild is mainly composed of people without skills. So they could marry only one person, and found it unfair that Art had that many wives? If only they had realized that humanity had no future without more men and women who can use skills. Furthermore, Art dying of sickness also made people doubt the legitimacy of his accomplishments. What? Wait, what? He couldn't cure himself? I'm not sure, but he fell sick because he overlooked his health to watch over his wives and children. At the very least, he was fairly old at the time of his death. Unbelievable! He was a doctor and yet he didn't take proper care of his own body. Oh, but the guild never recognized him as an official psycho. I guess that's fine then. Yes, the Medical Guild proclaimed that Medica was a deception and denied Art's accomplishments. The saints of the church strongly protested their decision, but of course he did. Anyone would get mad after hearing that. Platna would make them eat their words. In any way possible. You go, girl! Art asked his family not to do so and convinced everyone to let the matter end on his deathbed. The Medical Guild had to take care of countless patients after his death after all. To put it simply, he wanted to make sure that his patients could count on talented doctors. And so ends the tale of Art Clepius, the legendary paragon. It wasn't the church. Art himself was the one who asked for his accomplishments to never be recorded into the annals of history. He never tried to get revenge on the people who ostracized him. And he even made sure that his family wouldn't do so after his death. He was a really good guy. I can see why he wanted to do that, but it's sad that nobody knew Medica existed until Alex appeared. Did none of Art's children inherit his skill? None. But he had so many kids that we couldn't keep an eye on all his descendants. Which suggests Alex could be related to him? It is possible. His kids simply inherited his list, since they all had families just as big. My Gramps doesn't like to talk about his past, so I have no idea where he was born. Anyway, I believe it would be wise for you to spend as many nights as possible with your wives. Some of your children might inherit your Medica. Are we talking about baby making? It's still a little early for me, but I do like to have at least 3 kids once things have calmed down. Oh wow, you've already planned that far ahead? Yuragi, my pupil, I must admit I am a little disappointed in you. I shall let you know that I am determined to give birth to 5 dozen kids. At the very least. 5 dozen? Only a half-dragon could live long enough to do that. I have already purchased a soccer field to let my future kids roam free and play as much as they want. Wow! That must have taken a lot of gold! It has been many decades since I began preparing for my married life. I never barred anyone from using that soccer field, so the locals started thinking of it as a public property. That's sort of sad. I do not mind since I get to see the smiles of the children playing in it, but I must admit that my heart aches a little when I spot flirting couples enjoying their time there. Ah, poor Saint Masquerade. Anyway, I believe I shall soon perform a special purification ceremony to help Alex contain his lust. A special purification ceremony? I had no idea that the church also did something like that. No, it's the first time I've heard about it as well. Well, it is true that Alex has a problem controlling himself. And he can't even pray because of the pink clouds he creates. Maybe letting Lady Masquerade purify him will finally take care of that problem?
Right. I guess I should do the special purification.
You know, just in case. Absolutely. But first, I will need you to gather a couple of things for me. We need a special item that can be obtained by defeating a monster known as Pressure Master. About 3 should suffice, I believe. Do you need them for the ceremony itself? Indeed. It is one of the Holy Mire's rituals after all. Alright, no worries, we'll get them somehow. Okay, let's make sure that this purification ceremony goes well. In that case, I shall be waiting for you in the church in Clark's last town, Yomi. Oh, before we go. Yes? What is it?
Psst! Hey, Alex! Are you seriously planning to ask her?
Yeah. I don't think that the church, that Masquerade could be on their side. Yeah, that's true. If she were one of them, humankind would have long been done for. So, we wanted to ask you about someone. Like Saint Ixtab. Does this name ring any bells? How? How do you know about her? Please, we absolutely need to know more about the saint. I was planning to let you know about her one day, but forgive me. It is not something that we can discuss here. Please, consider visiting our headquarters in the city of Buddha, and I shall tell you everything about her. Too many heirs around here, huh? That is correct. So, wait. Buddha is Do you remember the landmass we saw together from the common grave north of Raisin? That's the Holy Continent, and its capital is the Holy City of Buddha. And that's where the church's HQ is located, right? Maybe we could drop by if we found a way to get our own boat or something. Please take into consideration stopping for a short visit. I promise I shall tell you everything there. Okay, sorry for asking something so troublesome out of nowhere. Yeah, no worries. We'll eventually find a way to get there. But before that,
With the better focus on this special purification ceremony.
I appreciate you saying so. I assure you I shall give it my absolute all. Alright, I guess we'll be meeting in Yomi next time. Yes, I shall be eagerly awaiting your arrival. And I shall be preparing a way to make sure that your wives won't disturb us. Thanks. I'm pretty sure she just muttered something ominous under her breath. She had an evil smile. Sort of like one Charles has sometimes.
What? That seriously smile like that?
Yes. Charles was so shocked by Platina's comment that she forgot about Masquerade's whisper. Alright, let's remember to hunt some pressure masters on our way to Yomi. A new lecture is available at home, Asclepius and America. Ooh! You know what? I want to rest and attempt at fighting a couple of monsters and... Huh?
寒いわね。
I think to fight a couple of monsters in Matsumaffian lands. Oof. This place is always covered in snow after all. Anyway, it's not so bad indoors.
晩ご飯はお鍋だそうだ。それで温まることだな。きりたんたん鍋だそうですよ。私一度食べてみたかったんです。ねえ、楽しみだね。ねえ。寒さ対策にお酒飲むわ。注文しておいて。
I know it's widely believed that drinking alcohol is a good way to warm up, but studies have shown that it only ends up cooling your body even further.
違うわ。サクッと飲んでサクッと酔ってサクサク寝ようかなって。シャロの寒さ嫌いは筋金入りだな。
Charles? Charles! Are you planning to get out of the blankets anytime soon? While Alex and the girls were preparing to leave, Charles was still hiding in her futon.
布団の中が暖かすぎて外に出られないのよ。はあ。
But we really have to go.
もう少し。
No. Charles thought that was cute, but no. I landed with Lamont and slowly disappeared under the blankets.
他のみんなはどうしてるの？
Yuriki and Kana are taking a hot bath, while Platina... The blonde girl entered the room by jumping directly through the window to the outside garden. Wow, that's a big snowman! As you can see, she's playing outside.
子供は風の子。すごいわ。ああ、サブサブ。
Alex and the girls forcibly evicted Cheryl from her futon and whisked her out of the inn. Let me get the asthma. I want to try out the robot. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna try out the other monster in the Scorched Plains, I believe. Alright, let's attempt this thing, which also resides in the snow areas. Whoa, that's a Firemane! Alex gives the admiration to blazing Megamonster resting on Asimov's southern shore. It's huge! Is the mane on his head made of real flames? Yeah! Amazing, right? Yeah, it's a monster that's attuned itself to fire by feeding onto holy nice flames. I can't believe I'm finally seeing a real one! I used to read about this big guy all the time on the Encyclopedia Paranormalia. What's that? It's a weird book on all kinds of paranormal activities and mega monsters. Alex and Kana both liked it a lot. So cool.
Firemanes are not that rare, so I remember seeing a picture in the book.
Yeah, but looking at the real deal is an entirely different thing. Alex and Kana spent a couple of minutes admiring the monster's blistering mane from a safe distance. The blazing fur adorned his head like a crown, granting it a royal and powerful aura. Actually, defeating this monster might lower the temperature of the region. I'm sure the citizens of Dark City would appreciate that. And the local psychos would have to deal with fewer headstroke cases. That's definitely a good thing, but honestly, I've always wanted to fight one ever since I was a kid. Yeah, same here. But doesn't really get it. Hunfufu. Alex and Kana are on the same wavelength when it comes to these things. I see that she learned her lesson. Alex stared at the fearsome Firemane in front of him, wondering if he should challenge it right away. Oh, I will. Try. 350. Most likely doable. Even it's ice. Firemane, Meryl. Only one hit out of all these! God damn it, lightning bolt! Oh, the music's bumping! I love it! Yeah, we have a chance against this. We definitely have a chance. At least on one monster. And in this region? What? What the hell did you do there? Fire Thick Spirit Nova! That was pretty epic! Thanks! At least an hour's critical is ready. This is probably gonna still mess up something. Oh, what a hit! And there we go! Brandon has experience! 3,000 gold! Power chips! Awesome. The Megamonster pierced the air with one last roar and collapsed onto the ground, motionless. Its fiery mane quickly died out, leaving only charred remains at the base of its neck. Yes! We did it! We defeated the Firemane! Alex! Can you believe it? We can call ourselves real Firemane Slayers now! The two lovers clasped hands and started jumping around the monster's corpse. Firemane Slayers? Yeah! Just like the protagonists of a fantasy novel we used to read. The hero and his party decided to become adventurers, but no one wants to hire them. After many misadventures, they barely faced a Firemane, and they even managed to slay it. And that's when their luck finally starts turning around. Their name spreads around the realm as everyone comes to know them as the legendary Firemane Slayers. Cool! Does that mean that Platina is a Firemane player too? Slayer, not player. It means that you were able to defeat this dangerous creature. And that's right! We're all Firemane Slayers now! Isn't that cool or what? Actually, it would be better if it didn't brag about our new title too much. Yeah, the protagonists of the story ended up attracting all kinds of unwanted attention because of that. Oh well, let's just be proud of ourselves then. Alex has partly defeated the male Firemane and proudly carried the title of Firemane Slayer in their minds. And then there was one more. In snow area. Anyways, speaking of snow area, we're going back to it. Rest, level up! And, what? Charlotte, you're still up? Oh yeah, sorry. I'm trying to finish this book. And then we're going to Husk's place. That's what I was trying to say. Try not to...
Gotta sleep too late.
Sure.
So sleepy.
God damn it, I won't say that I told you, but I told you.
That's what you get for staying up so late.
I'll be more careful next time. Alex let Charlotte take a quick nap with him after breakfast and then left to end with the rest of the girls.
爽やかな朝だな。
Wait, didn't we get this before? Oh well, hot spice. Alex came through the medical records and then turned towards Platana. Alright, Platana, I'm going to use Medica on you now. Okay! The blonde girl placed her cute buttocks on the medical bed and then laid on her back. I'm going to touch your tummy with my hand. Your hand is very warm. Platana likes it a lot. I'm glad to hear that, but could you please let it go? I can't use Medica like this. Let's keep the hand holding for later, okay? Okay. Alex closed his eyes as a pale blue light started emanating from his palm.
It feels too good.
Just a bit more. Try to bear with it a little longer.
Let the cat.
There we go. Got it! Okay, we're going to need a marching daffodil to cure your Eva shock disorder. A daffodil? So we're looking for a flower? Sorry, I've never heard of it. And I'm only interested in extinct plants anyway. Okay, that's a very rare flower. It has white petals and it only grows in regions covered by snow. Do you think we could find one around here? Yes! The guidebook says that marching daffodils are typical of Sekishiki's region. I forgot to level myself up before going into here. Oopsie doops. Perfect, let's go look for one right away. Owie! I'm very sorry, Plots. Please just bear with it a little longer. Okay! Alex analyzed Patna's Eva shock disorder and learned about the symptoms and the eradication treatment. Let me level up real quick.
Oh, level 40.
I'll check if there's anything new at level 40. Well, is there anything new? Nope. Guess we have to come back here at level 45. That's how it worked in the first game at least. Anyways, we gotta take care of diseases, analyze new ones. Just one new one. Okay.
Eradicate Swimmer's foot for good.
Kitties and tags with a combo. Thank you. Anyways, bonus. Critical. Yeah. And then there's shoe. Say no to green block. A mineral potato from the road leading to the Great Stockades. There was shock disorder around the icy areas. Anyways, analyze this. Yes. Goodies. Also, I completely forgot that we took care of the volcanic peeing. Here, lie down on the medical bed. Alright. The girl sat up the mattress and gazed at her husband as he closed his eyes. I'll start. Medica! Charles, I'm sorry to see that you've got a noble allergy. What's that? Some kind of allergy for aristocrats? Not exactly. The name refers to noble metals. You know, like gold and such. Okay, I get it. It's a rare allergy that causes painful skin rashes whenever the patient comes in contact with those materials. You were throwing that gold away because your muscles unintentionally contracted from the allergy. I was quite surprised. I had no idea I could throw something that far. Glad to hear that it wasn't some kind of money-wasting game for spoiled aristocrats. Hey, you're the one with the highest social status here! It must be an annoying disease, but it doesn't sound like a problematic one. Sounds pretty problematic to me. I mean, Cheryl won't be able to make any money. Right, I guess people cannot survive on love alone. Anyway, what kind of material do we need for the eradication treatment? This time we need to find some sumo salt. Is this an item dropped by sumo monsters? They always sprinkle salt around before attacking. Nah, it's a brand name. I'm pretty sure that this salt is sold in the shops in Utsushia. Have you ever used it before? Yep, it's a brand loved by many ships. It's produced by drying seawater from the shores of Clark. Its refined taste makes it perfect to be used in fried dishes. Ugh, I suddenly feel the urge to eat some fries for whatever reason. Let's buy the salt from Utsushia and I'll whip you something up real quick. Yay! Fries! You can't have fries as a main dish though. I'm thinking about deep frying some meat and veggies as well. Ooh, that's fantastic, but you better not forget about my treatment. Of course, no worries. I actually did forget about it, but there's no need to tell her that. Let's analyze Charlotte's noble allergy and learned about its symptoms and eradication treatment. I guess we could go to Utsushia right now. Send us out! Yep! That was easy. Let's treat that shit right away! No! Don't show me that I can anymore! Awesome. Exocritical. Yeah. And it's time to look for that cure. Also, 10 medical records and they're not even halfway! Wrong place. Oops. Sekishiki, please. We gotta search for that sweet. I forgot what, but a cure. It's gotta be somewhere around here. So. I'm not powerful enough for it, so I'm not gonna go for it. Not yet, at least. Exclamation mark, it's gotta be there! I knew it! I knew it the moment I stepped inside this place. But this is gonna be an important place. Marching Daffodil! We are you! Alex and his wives looked for this flower in the area around Sekishiki. A white flower. That's going to be hard to spot among all the snow. Yes, the white color of their petals lets them perfectly blend in with the environment. So I tried asking around about this flower. Apparently it got its name because it was accidentally discovered by someone marching through the snow. So it's just a matter of luck. It's a white flower that grows in snowy areas after all. Let's see. Might need to melt a patch of snow with my fire spells? You're going to burn the flower as well. Then we have no choice but to carry out the snow march. Who knows, we may find one if we emulated the people who first discovered it. What's a snow march? It's a type of military training carried out in the snow. Let's start by digging a hole to cover from the wind. Yay! We're digging holes! Yeah! Latna cheerfully hopped around and then started digging in the snow with her bare hands. She's like an excited puppy. Always. I found something. The blonde girl froze in surprise and took out a plant from her hole. Her hole? Did you find a marching daffodil already? Yeah. It's a veggie? What was it doing buried in the snow? Did someone forget to harvest it during the warmer seasons? Burying veggies in the snow is the perfect way to preserve them for long periods of time. One of the locals must have decided to stash their provisions here. Let's put it back where it was. Okay, Platna? Okay. Wow, this sucks. We can't even find a single one of these flowers. Alex and his wives dug several holes but were unable to find any marching daffodils. Oh yeah! Button is getting tired! I'm at my limit as well. Digging holes is more tiring than I thought. Patna and Yuragi glanced at each other and then let themselves fall into the snow face first. The snow is so fluffy! Fun for fool! Playing in the snow is tons of fun! Ah! I found it! It's a merchant daffodil! Yuragi noticed a small white flower growing from the snow next to her. I see. So you can always spot it from that close. What a cute flower! Totally not what I was expecting from a flower with such a military-sounding name. I bet it was discovered by a soldier who collapsed in the snow after an exhausting march. Let's just hope that the guy didn't end up freezing to death. Right. The start of this flower's discovery sure took a scarier tone out of nowhere. It happens sometimes. The oil hell is another flower that has a scary tale connected to its uncovering. The name of that thing is already scary enough by itself. Alright, let's go back to Sekishiki and treat our platinum. Alex obtained a marching daffodil needed to completely eradicate Platina's Eva-shock disorder. It looks pretty cool. Alex stepped into Sekishiki's hospice and instantly started tinkering with the strange apparatus. A very enticing question, my dear Platina. We definitely will, just let me prepare something first. Alex checked the device and carefully sterilized it. It's a device that can absorb electricity. I wouldn't want to get fried by your thunder magic while I'm trying to carry you. Yeah, Platina, hold this! Alex handed his wife one of the metal clips and activated the magical appliance. Did it hurt? I guess I could just bear with the electric shocks while we are going at it. Ah, a masochist she's turning into. Ah, it felt good? Uh-huh. I see. Good to know! Alex noticed it on his wife's cheeks and realized that she must have been finding it somehow stimulating. This is the perfect chance for some kinky sex. I mean, that's a new and unique medical treatment. Nothing, no worries. The electric discharges must be contracting your muscles against your will. Anyway, here, let me bind you real quick. Bandage. Gotcha. Definitely was kinky. There were even tweezers, specifically so that electricity would be used in indicate yes, space possible. The blonde girl looked somewhat spaced out, but still had a satisfied smile on her face. Hey, you should have told me about that. I'm always ready to give you a nice massage.
お前、絶対に変なところを揉むだろう。服を着たら肩が凝るみたい。プラチナは成長期だものね。防御力の高い服はどうしても窮屈に感じちゃうのよね。そういえば僕も学生服を着始めた頃は肩こりがひどかったな。裸の方が楽なんだけど。プラチナちゃん、 ねしますよ。
ね。
マイプラズマの撲滅は完了だな。あとは村長の息子だな。
Let's hope that he won't be discharging electricity left and right. Alex and his wife left the hospice to deliver the new medicine for the Iba shock disorder.
これが署名を終えた約定書です。どうぞご確認ください。確かに受け取った。
Spartan's brother waited until Alex and the girls had treated the boy, then signed the bill as promised.
あのような奇病をこうもあっさりと治すとは思ってもみませんでした。アレクお兄ちゃんは最高のお医者様だから当然だよ。
Thank you, honey buns.
いえ、失礼しました。
What is wrong with you? Spartan's comment somehow caused Go to jump in terror once more.
プラチナ、こっちでお菓子を。あら？
Charles noticed a piece of paper on the Lord's desk and let out a surprised comment.
それってホルス像の検証告知よね。
そうです。
Go grabbed the paper and showed the girls a long number printed beneath a familiar illustration.
歴史のある土地なのでどこかに眠っているかもと思ったのですが、そううまい話は転がっていませんね。
$3 billion gold for a single statue? That's enough to live a lifetime of leisure.
もちろん村おこしの資金にするつもりでしたが、一般に告知されたことで一つは見つかってしまったようです。
Yeah, that flunk playboy came here to check it out himself. I guess it must have been the real thing.
全部で6つあるらしいわよ。今は4つ。あと2つね。
And we already know where one is. Although we left it in Yashima to collect more mud.
そういえばブロンテ公爵は30億ゴールドをどうしたのでしょうか。
すべて事業に突っ込んでいたわ。だからなおさら後戻りできないのよ。
All of it? Sucks that neither John nor your old man thought about using the money for a good cause. Like our Go here.
恐縮です。皆さんは最後の御三家野口公爵に会われるのですよね。
Hmm? Yep, that's his name.
野口公爵の治める黄泉の町はトンネルを引き返して西へ進めばすぐですよ。モンスターにお気をつけください。
Thanks. It's pretty obvious that he wants us to leave as soon as possible. Alex and his wife thanked Spartan's brother and headed to the city of Yomi. Okay.
Oh right, this part. Extra magic.
Well...
気をつけて進みましょう。
Yep.
It's so deep. Did someone think of this?
Alex and his wives came across an enormous pit. Of course. And it took a long time. This strip mine is owned by the Clark household. The gold that we use as currency comes from the corpse of a giant golden honey bird down there. The quarry also used plenty of other ores necessary for the manufacture of magical appliances. So this is where Brownie's ancestors got most of their materials, huh? It's so deep. What would happen to you if you fell down there? There's a path that you can use to climb back up, but you're definitely going to die if you fall from here. The atmosphere of this place is pretty gloomy. The town of Yomi was built inside this mine to support the business it created. And while it used to be incredibly prosperous in the past, it's now a town like any others. Profits always drop whenever the demand for a certain good is met. Or so Hiragi always says. Right. Of course. Oh boy. Anyway, Yomi is located at the end of this road. Let's get the last signature and stop this war for good. Alex and his wives ventured into the strip mine. Let's go. Well, do you have those masters things?
Chesticles.
Give me the master sting! Or a new animal
始
girl.
めるわよ。
Aspiring green. You're not an animal girl. But you're not a new animal
行
girl.
くぞ。
Heart! Exclamation mark!
感がするわね。
I'm curious.
僕は周り
It's
を
probably
警戒し
ghosts
ておく。
again.
セーブは万全です。
Whatever. Get over here.
私の後ろに。敵を確認。これ。
Oz! Okay. Let's give it a try.
やあ。
Yeesh. Stop it.
人類に背いた伝説のからくりは全てのからくりを無に帰すの。
見切った。
Try your best.
Make it.
And, well, they're still alive, so we're somewhat
撃
succeeding.
ち抜く。
Oh, double hit. Thank you.
核。
Ah, there goes.
よいしょ。
My baby. Can we use a revive here? Got him. Yep.
助かる。
Did he just slap the shit out of Gato again? Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Thanks for sitting there.
ロケットパンチ。
Platinum, no! Anyway, I can't use it again.
えいや。
ダブルロケットパンチ。
よいしょ。やあ。
開けるときってワクワクするわよね。
Platinum learned an attack based. Awesome! 6 to 9, haha, funny number, laugh.
お兄ちゃん、剣と魔法。どっちがいいかな。
Attack based lets you deal mightier and stronger blows, increases attack by 20%, one shot, one kill. Maybe when I will get more skill points. Why am I being let? Chesticles.
いいものが入っているといいな。
Impassable stance. 30% damage reduction. Oh. Free skill points! Are you crazy? Grants an impenetrable stance to soften incoming blows. Decreases received damage by 30%. Doesn't stack. No, really, it doesn't. Bummer, I know. Alright. Oh, wait! I have chips! Yep. Still do. For whom? For whom? For whom?
これが僕のステージ。
脱いだ方
You.
がいいかしら。
You get more chips. Yeah. Alright. We have one. Platinum. You're welcome. Moving on. I ain't going in there. There's sauna in there. Or just boiling water in general. I want to explore. There's this! Grace keys! This road goes... going east leads to the Great Stockades. And in there's a cure! Great Stockings? Stockades! The Great Stockings. It's a place where dangerous criminals are kept in isolation from our people. Civilians aren't allowed inside, obviously. Well, we don't have to go there anyway. Let's go back. Alex and his wife turned around and headed back. But there's a gun!
モンスターいっぱい。
A gun in there! Yummy Natural Springs, please shower before bathing. Okay. These are hot springs! Everybody? What are you so excited about? But yeah, Miami is famous for its natural hot springs. It's a popular tourist attraction. I remember hearing that the local monkeys come here to bathe as well. Monkeys? Like the ones going ooga ooga and everything? Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to see some taking a bath. Alex and the girls decided to take a break for a short bath. Thank you. There, it's a bit chilly. This must be paradise. Boobies. There are boobies everywhere. And no separate beds. Stop jumping like that. Shouldn't you be used to seeing us in birthday suits by now? Never. What are you talking about? This is like a completely unique situation. This is the dream of every respectable pervert to see a bunch of the birthday suit girls at the hot springs. Sorry for the wait. All good. Would you look at all that volume? Yay! London's getting in too! Ooh! Would you look at how perfectly flat she is? And would you look at this evil witch doctor? I'm the happiest man in the world. Do you think I'll ever stop making all that commotion? No. It's like I'm in a dream surrounded by 4 birthday suit girls in broad daylight. Alex, please stop staring at me like that. It's embarrassing. Anyway, don't you think you should, stop staring and get out already? Huh? Yes. This is the girls' side of the spring. Oh. The one for the boys is on the other side of that wall. Please let me stay 5 more minutes. No! Wait, what if a local suddenly decided to join us? Alex eventually gave in and he headed to the male area with a defeated expression on his face. God damn it. But then we decided to peep, right? Well? Sorry, Alex. We're done. Did we make you wait that long? Oh dear. What are you pouting about now? I'm not pouting. Then I guess you don't feel like taking a bath with your girls at the end tonight. That's too bad. Kana was looking forward to it so much. That's not true! But you said you couldn't wait for tonight just a second ago. That's not what I meant, okay? Alex departed towards a new adventure while reminiscing about his wife's birthday suits. Hey! You can actually be in the ones. Chill out, relax, and stuff. That's pretty dope. I'm about to get out of here! This party, God!